if Ozzy were sitting here tonight and he had a chance to give you a 2-minute rebuttal, what do you think he would say to what you said tonight?
I got a little taste of that last week. Kelly was there. When we mentioned, I'll answer your question this way. When someone brought up the idea of the drones, and I brought that legislation to you tonight, Senate Bill 6172 and House Bill 1711. When someone brought up the drones, I said, we need legislation for that. Ozzy's reply was, we have legislation for that, and it's the U.S. Constitution. And of course, the crowd just clapped, and I thought about coming back and being cynical to say, well, that didn't stop the NSA from collecting my phone records, so I'd like some legislation. And I tried, it's not my point in a forum like that to be cynical and snap back at people, so I don't do that. I like informed dialogue and persuasion, and being a professor, I do that. But I think that's what he would say. He'd call out the old red, white, and blue, but I think we're past that point now. And I think with technology going the way it is, I would think that this drone program is going to be okay for the private industry. We're going to learn a lot about our society, and if they want to do that, that's fine. But when I say it like this, the United States government, or particularly law enforcement, collecting non-criminal information on U.S. citizens, you got to have a warrant for that.
That's right.
Got to have a warrant for that. And people in law enforcement on the other side saying, no, this is going to hinder us, and this is going to do that, and we don't want this legislation. No. When Miranda came around in 1966, all the cops said, oh, we'll never get another confession in the world. I get them all the time. It didn't stop us. When the Supreme Court said, hey, you got to have a warrant for the GPS tracking device, oh, that's going to put an end to all our surveillance, it didn't. We're still arresting bad guys. So if you give me some drone legislation, you're going to sleep better at night, and you're going to know your law enforcement is not collecting information on you without a warrant.
That's good.
And I'm an American first and a police officer second.
Oh.